So what are you saying? You don't like him?
What I'm saying is, why would
him?
you put somebody in after an injury when your team is winning, when your team is like, I've said this before, if your team ain't broken and you're winning, all these guys that are coming back, I don't care if the doctor clears them, you sit these guys because your team is winning. What's more important? Is it playing your $5 million player or getting the W's? Welcome, everybody. My name is Mark.
And I'm RJ. In this video, we're here to talk about the news of the week about Montreal and Toronto.
Yeah, from a fan's perspective, from two regular dudes. Anyway, so what's going on?
I'm not that regular.
We're ordinary.
I'm regular in the morning.
Well, yeah, you are. You got a couple of years on me. Yeah. In Toronto, the Leafs made history last night.
Well, yeah, I mentioned in the last video that they blew a 3-1 lead, and I knew they blew other 2-goal leads. I did not realize that it was historic. It's only the fourth time in the history of the league that a team has lost 4 2-goal leads in one game. I didn't pick up on that. So that's that's not the kind of news you want to make. No. But I just think the Leafs, they kind of lost in the third period. They lost their legs. And I don't know. There's going to be a lot more tough games coming up. This compressed schedule, and Leafs got a lot of road games.
Yeah, but that's synonymous with the Leafs, though. Like, it seems to me like when I think of the Leafs and say the recent history, let's say the past, say 8 years. Yeah. For me, I have a lot of memories of the Leafs blowing leads or blowing series leads.
I was just going to say you have memories of them lose a 2-game. They blew a 2-game lead against your team.
Three game lead.
No, it was 3-1. It was 3-1. Don't get carried away.
Was it 3-1? Yeah, it's 3-1.
It was 3-1.
Yeah, it's 3-1. Yeah, that was 4.
You guys won the first game, and then I think we won the next 3, and then we had as many wins in that series as Marner had throwing pucks over the glass penalties. He had 3 of those. In that series, yeah. I still find that that's got to be the first time in NHL history, the only time in NHL history a forward's been clocked 3 times in one playoff series for that offense.
Yeah,
deer in the headlights. I'll say no more. Anyway, get ready to boo him.
Yeah.
So what's going on in the world of? I've got some other
Vegas is coming tidbits. Back to
What's
Toronto.
going on in the world of Montreal?
Well, there's quite a few things going on in Montreal, actually. The first thing we're going to talk about is the most recent news, the one that we just read about it this morning. Fowler and Becker have been sent down back to the AHL. I think it's a twofold on for Fowler. I think it's one is to, he played, 10 games, 11 games, 10 games. So they're sending him back, get some more conditioning done, get some more experience. I think it was a good sample size of Fowler's ability for the Canadiens to say, okay, we're happy with you, but you still need some more conditioning to go back to the minors. But also, he's been named to the AHL All-Star team.
Yeah, so they probably sent him down.
So they sent him down.
It's got to do with that, probably.
Yeah, play the All-Star game and then have some fun with it.
He's only 21, so they don't want to. They don't want to.
There's no hurry. They got enough right now with Fowler and Montembeault, and they couldn't go on with that 3-goalie situation.
They don't want him. They don't want him in the press box. Quite frankly, they don't really want him with a towel at the end of the bench with a season ticket. They want him playing.
They want him playing. They want him getting more experience, and he's going to get it in the AHL. These guys, they shoot just as hard over there as they do in the NHL.
I think that guy's got a long future.
I think so, and if he doesn't get hurt, that's if he stays healthy,
he's true of everybody.
He's got a very, very long
true of
future.
Everybody.
But it looks like there's rumor right now that Dobesh is falling in as number 1. I don't know if that's any kind of traction. But instead of Montembeault being the number 1 goalie, I've heard there's talk about
so. He's played himself out of the job.
Well, Sam's had the past 5-6 games he's been playing good, but in general,
I think I would go with Dobesh. I would just as a observer, I would have Dobesh as actually the official number 1 goalie. I think if they started a playoff series right now, he would be playing the first 2 games.
Dobesh?
Yeah. I don't think they start Montembeault in a playoff series.
No.
Not right now. I mean, maybe, if he keeps on this curve he's got going right now.
Yeah, he's been on a hot streak right now, so I guess if he kept on going, I would. But I mean, it's up and down, and we don't know what's going on with him. We don't know what was going on with him, but all we know now is he's back. But again, like we were talking in the previous video, I don't think Montreal has a Stanley Cup winning goalie in the roster right now. Well, Fowler might be it, but that's 3 years from now, 2-3 years from now. But I mean, if we're looking at the two starters between Dobej and Montembeault, do you see those guys as Stanley Cup winning goalies right now? I don't see.
No, they're probably not.
No. So I mean, until Montreal gets that. And I think the hopes and dreams right now are on Fowler. So unless they get his conditioning so right that he gets up there to be the number one goalie, I think the Montreal will probably have a chance then. Another big news: Texier, signed his 2-year extension with Montreal, $2.5 a year for 2 years. So $5 million contract. I think that's a steal. He
really.
Yeah, I think it's because he's been
playing really well.
He's been performing really good. Yeah. I think he started a little rough, and that's one of those things. It's just you're in a new team, and you're just getting used to the team dynamic. But I think in the past 10 games, he's been
holding down a job.
He's been doing really, really good. And you know what? I was at the game last night, and I didn't think this guy was that big of a guy. Like I said, I was ninth row. I was right there by the bench.
You're at the ninth row.
He's a big guy. Like he's a tall dude.
Yeah.
And a lot. They're a lot bigger in person than when you see on TV. So you know what? Having a big guy up front is really good. And you know what? He's been playing so well that they promoted him to the first line. He's playing with.
That was a nice pickup from St. Louis. Interesting that. Just to interject there, get my guys back in there. Both our clubs made really great waiver wire selections this year. We've got Troy Stetcher. I don't know where the Leafs would be without him.
Yeah,
interesting. There's been a lot of talk in Toronto about maybe extending him, getting him a new contract. And
well, what other choice do they have?
Well, I'm all for signing him, but that's good. So you think that's 2.5 is a good signing for him?
For him, it's a steal. Like nowadays, when you're looking at players regularly making $6 million and above, Like I think he's definitely outperforming Gallagher. And Gallagher's what, $6.5 million a year?
Yeah.
So
it's only a 2-year contract too. So if he reverts back to what he was with St. Louis,
right?
You eat him.
Yeah. In other words, like it's like what they did.
You move on.
It's like what McDavid's doing with he's putting him on notice. They're putting Texier on notice. Perform for the next 2 years. We'll give you a bigger contract. If you don't,
or you'll be able to go on the open market.
Get on the open market earlier.
Montreal's cap plan. But
yeah,
2-year contract. I kind of like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Montreal made also history last night, and in particular, Lane Hutson made some history. He is now the second player, the second defenseman with the fewest games to make 100 assists. What did we say? What was the first?
Sergei Zubov. Dallas.
Yeah, he did it in 127 games.
Yeah, Zubov was a really good power play defenseman.
Yeah. And it was 132 games for Hutson.
Yeah,
so this kid, I mean, if this kid could stay healthy, he's going to be a superstar for most of his career.
He's going to finish second in the Norris voting behind Schaefer, like Demidov in deck is going to this year.
You're still on that Schaefer kick.
Oh, the guy's unbelievable. He's the real deal.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's good. But I don't know.
He's good. Going to be great.
Yeah. Anything else in Toronto right now? I got more in Montreal if you want.
We'll keep going. Talk about. I don't mind taking a break.
So right now the Montreal injuries are our topic as always, because right now the Jake Evans, Line A, and Doc are on the ice, and apparently they're on the ice with regular jerseys. They're not with the no-hit jerseys.
That's interesting.
And Guhle is back in the lineup now. Listen, I've talked about this in previous videos, and I want to emphasize this again.
Somebody's getting slammed.
Do you where do I start? Montreal was playing very well. They were gelling. The team was winning, or if not winning, at least tying and getting a lot of points in a short amount of games, right? So they're playing very well. Since Goalie got back, okay, they played in Detroit. He played in Detroit, lost. He sat for the Caps game, and we got a point out of that for a 3-2 overtime loss. Yeah. He played against Vancouver, and then we won 6-3. But it's Vancouver. I mean, they were like dead last in the freaking league, so of course we're going to win. But on a side note on that one, Goalie was -2 in a 6-3 win. Think about that for a second. And we lost last night against the Sabres, and he was playing, and he had one penalty last night. He didn't contribute anything. He had 2 shots on net against against Vancouver, and he had 2 shots on nets last night against the Sabres.
So what are you saying? You don't like him?
What I'm saying is, why would you put somebody in after an injury when your team is winning, when your team is like... I've said this before. If your team ain't broken and you're winning, all these guys that are coming back, I don't care if the doctor clears them. You sit these guys because your team is winning. What's more important? Is it playing your $5 million player or getting the W's?
He's tied to the future of the franchise. He was a first-round draft choice. He's a 6'4", 230-pound guy.
Right.
He played well last year as an up-and-comer. Not great, but. You gotta put him back out there. He's got to get going.
At what point does the player stop thinking about himself and start thinking about the team and say, "Hey, coach, you guys are winning right now"?
No players do that. Players do not go up to the coach.
You guys are winning right now. Why are you going to play me when you guys are gelling? I said before,
players got to play. Players do not volunteer to sit in the press box.
I said before, I said, I don't know. I would have waited until I lost 2 in a row before I brought any of these guys back or bring any of these guys back. Your team's winning. Keep winning.
I'm telling you right now, if you heard that a player on Montreal said to the coach, "Don't put me in," you'd be doing the news of the day about lack of character.
No,
players got to play.
That shows
He's
more
on the
character.
Depth chart. That's his spot.
It shows more character when the player is actually thinking of the team before he's thinking of his ice time.
You want to talk about ain't broke, don't fix, whatever. But there's another unwritten rule in pro sports, and you don't take a man's job from an injury. So
no, of course not.
So
I'm not saying that they're never going to play again. I'm just saying when you're on a hot streak, why would you change anything? Because now
he gets his job back immediately. He gets right as soon as he's fit to play. If he was to start, if he was in the top 6, or I think he was even probably playing top 4 minutes at one point, he gets to go back in.
He played.
You don't lose your job from injury.
He played 5 games.
Unless you're Drew Bledsoe and
your team
Tom
playing
Brady.
without him. Your lines are good without him.
Brady
Everybody's playing. Everybody's used to playing with everybody. Then you're throwing this freaking monkey wrench into the effect. And all of a sudden people are like, okay, well now I'm playing with a different partner. Everything's different. And then the proof is right there. We got 1 point in the last 3. So, and out of a possible 6 points, we got 1.
Well, I don't want to sound like I'm Guhle's.
Or 3 out of. No, sorry.
I don't want to sound like I'm Guhle's father, but
3 out of the last
I defend
8.
him. He's a young guy. They want to develop. You got to get him back on the ice and get him. When I say on the ice, I don't mean with his. You got this big theory about practice jerseys or whatever it is. He goes back into the game.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can't lose a job on an injury. You go right back in, and then if you stink the joint out, he plays 2 more games like what you're talking about. He'll be back on. Yeah, he'll go out of again.
Yeah.
Then he loses the job legitimately. That's the way. It's an unwritten rule in the union. It's one thing the union and the management agree on.
Right, maybe.
You don't lose your job to injury.
No, you don't lose your job, but you're just like, sorry, hang on, we're on a heater.
I don't know about that.
If
have you got any other news?
If you're in the World Series and your pitcher's on a hot streak, are you going to pull him? Hey, sorry, you're doing too good. Let's pull you.
Jays did do that. Barrios
let's put this cold guy in.
5 innings hot, and then they pulled him and they lost the series.
Then we're going to put this cold guy in there, and then blow
2 or
the
3
series.
years ago, folks. We love the Blue Jays now. We're not picking on them anymore. John Schneider knows what he does.
No, well, that's all I got out of Montreal right now. I mean, other than
Well, we got. I mentioned Stetcher. There's been rumors about the Leafs maybe thinking about re-signing him, and then apparently they want to extend Scott Lawton and then Bobby McMahon. Yeah, he's a free agent.
I would extend McMahon. He's been playing really good.
Well, he's got 14 goals. He scored 20 last year. He's a big, strapping winger. He could probably he's making 1.35. Obviously, he's going to go for more than that. He goes into the open market. It's probably going to be a number that starts with a 3. Yeah. And if he gets to 25, if he goes on a hot streak for the rest of the year,
he's definitely stepped up his game.
The figure could start with a 4.
Right. He stepped up his game when the injuries were happening. That's for sure.
He's got some speed. I don't know. But my thing about signing guys in the middle of the year. It can work against. God willing, it helps for you with the Montreal guy they just signed. But like the Leafs last year, everyone was all hot to trot on Stolarz, and I was. He played great. His save percentage was hot. He played. We were all crying when he got injured. Some people are saying, well, that's why we lost the series again, the semifinal against or the quarterfinal against Florida.
Yeah.
boy, that contract doesn't look so good now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's this is not a left field. This guy he has a long history over the last 10 years of pro hockey, or maybe I think he's like 31. He's probably since he's 18. He's got a dozen years at least of hockey, and he's only I don't think he's got a single season where he is not on the injury sheet once or twice. Yep. So he's a fragile player, and maybe the Leafs jumped the gun on that. They're going to regret that the jump the gun to sign him.
I'm sure Montreal's regretting the Kirby Dach contract too.
Yeah, another guy. Exactly. That's the one. So I don't know if the Leafs should. I don't know what the Leafs should do. I think they should wait it out. Now, the funny thing about the Leafs are in a different situation this year. We talked about it briefly in the last video about the Leafs. They don't even know if they're buyers or sellers. The other thing they don't know right now is they can't just say, well, wait. The last 7 or 8 years, they've been able to say any players they're questioning, they go, well, we'll wait and see what he does in the playoffs. I don't know if they're going to. They might not have that opportunity this year. This year, the research data may have a end point, the regular season. They won't be able to say, well, let's wait and see how he handles the pressure in the playoffs. Because they might not even. Bobby McMahon may never get to play in the playoffs.
Well, the numbers are working right now for Toronto. Right now, they're still right there in the mix. I wouldn't count him out anywhere near what Vancouver, Winnipeg, and who was the other one that was down at Calgary?
Calgary. Those three teams in the West I've crossed off. I'm still not ready. I'm kind of ready to put the dash on Columbus, but I'm going to give them another week.
Yeah.
And back to the contract thing. I got more to say about the Scott Laughton situation. I'll save that for another video. I want to talk about Scott Laughton and Nicholas Waugh and what those two guys mean for the Leafs. So I'll save that for another. I'll save that for another video.
So on that note, comment down below what you think. Hey, if you think I'm full of crap by sitting my injured players when they come back when we're on a hot streak, let me know in a comment. We want to hear from you, and we'll answer you. We're pretty good at answering. Like and subscribe. Our subscribers are going up. We're happy about that. We're an up-and-coming channel, so every subscriber helps. Every like helps. And we'll see you in the next video.